what's up, guys? This is Jordan Crook with TechCrunch, and today I am very excited to have the mighty eagle himself in the studio with me. This is Peter Vesterbacka of Rovio Mobile. Thanks for coming in, Peter.
Hey, sure. Anytime.
Awesome. Okay, so first thing on everyone's mind is going to be Angry Birds Space. So why don't you just go ahead and tell us what you have for us here? I know that there's some new characters. I'm really excited about the game, so why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, so I mean, we've been working on the game for quite a while, and it's actually our first game launch, new game launch in exactly a year. So 22nd of March last year we launched Angry Birds Rio, and now 22nd of March this year Angry Birds Space. And we've kind of like been working on this for a long time, and really for us it was very important that it's not only the launch of a game, but it's a launch of a new franchise. So we have not only the game, but we really have animation, we have the toys, obviously, so they will be available like day one. We have a really cool book with National Geographic, explaining all about space and Angry Birds.
Cool.
And then we just, yesterday we launched a special feature together with folks from the Daily. So it's all about, how we made the game, behind the scenes material, a lot of that, and that's doing great in the App Store right now, so that's something that you can download for free and learn all about new birds, new characters, everything. So it's a pretty massive launch for us.
Yeah, definitely. And you were telling me earlier that like Rio and the original Angry Birds, the rollout for the extra businesses, I guess you'd say, came out a little bit later. But this you're really going big. Is there a reason why you want? I mean, other than the obvious, is there a reason why you really just wanted to go all in with the day one?
Yeah, let's say that we wanted to make this bigger than a movie launch, and so we really been working on making it so. So we have the National Geographic book, but we also have a handful of other books that will be available right away. So there are poster books and all kinds of cool stuff around Angry Birds Space. There's also all the toys, T-shirts, candy, even Angry Birds Space like Band-Aids. So there's a lot of stuff, and it's all also going out there massive scale. So we teamed up with Walmart. So we have all of this available at Walmart, and we'll see how quickly we sell out on all of that. But it's really exciting.
Awesome. So I'm really excited to see the game a little bit, and I've noticed that it's fundamentally different from the original Angry Birds. Gravity is out of the equation, so our usual physics rules are coming into play in a very different way. What's the logic behind that? Why change the game so much?
Yeah, actually, if you look at how Angry Birds Space came about, it actually started with me exchanging some tweets with the NASA guys, and then they said something along the lines that, okay, if we ever find pigs in space, they now have a lot more compute power than in 1969, so they can help. So I took them up on that offer, and we basically were exchanging some messages on Twitter, and then one thing led to another. So I talked to the guys in the studio, and then we started making Angry Birds Space. And it's been a fantastic collaboration with NASA, so we've been working very closely with them, and also the launch that we did from the space station, and having Dan Pettit, so one of the astronauts, explaining gravity and microgravity. And there's even now in the game there's a link to a microsite that we did with NASA that explains kind of like real stuff about gravity and all that. So it's a really fun game, but also kind of like educational as well. So.
Do you feel like you're kind of trying to bump up the difficulty level? Because I don't mean to, this isn't meant to be offensive in any way, but Angry Birds is so successful because it's a universally acceptable game. Almost anyone can enjoy playing it, whether or not you're taking strategy super seriously or you're just kind of trying to break stuff. You know what I mean?
Sure.
This changes that a little bit, and it does become a little bit more of a strategy centered game.
Sure. But I think that it's again when you play Angry Birds Space, it's very, very approachable, just like original Angry Birds. And if you look at kind of like Angry Birds Seasons, Angry Birds Rio, they are all a bit different. So I would say that Seasons is probably like the toughest of the games, harder levels and all of that. Rio we made to be very, very accessible, so even easier than the original, and I think that's been very, very successful. So yeah, it's always good to have a mix. So it's easy for 2-year-olds to play, and goes all the way up to grandparents. So that's kind of like how we like making our games at Rovio. So it has to be for everybody.
So you're kind of a star CEO to me. I think that that Rovio has done an excellent job of leveraging the brand. Obviously, you guys have a great core product, but it gets much bigger than that. So I really want to just kind of pick your brain a little bit for our younger entrepreneurs out there who are building similar products. I mean, what is your advice to them as far as really making the most out of something that's relatively simple, and really pushing it to the extent that it can be pushed?
Yeah, I think that if you look at what we're doing, so we haven't viewed ourselves as a games company for a long time. So we're really building a next generation entertainment franchise. And we always get asked, I mean, like I was doing a presentation yesterday, and then one of the questions was that, okay, so but what are you going to do kind of like when Angry Birds runs out of steam? And then it was like, okay, hey, come on, you know, you have Hello Kitty. You know, that little cat character's been around since like 1974, and Sanrio, you know, seems to be, you know, like doing okay. And, you know, then of course you have Mario. If you look at games, Mario's been around for 26 years, and I don't think Mario's going away anytime soon. And of course you have Mickey Mouse, and, you know, I don't think people ask Disney, you know, too much that, okay, what are you going to do after, you know, Mickey Mouse runs out of steam?
Right.
And I think that if you look at what we're doing right now, we're now a bit over 2 years into kind of like the Angry Birds experience. So what I always say is that we're only getting started, and I think that that's something that is very important. That, okay, people then think that kind of like we're, you know, just like kidding around and like saying, okay, we're only getting started. Of course, we have you know, a few downloads, a bit of a presence, but I think that that's, if you ask anybody on the team, that really is kind of like the spirit, that we really feel like we're only getting started, and we have kind of like much bigger ambition, and we have an extremely hungry team, and I think that's something that's very important for kind of like any entrepreneur, that you have to really believe that you can change the world, and we do.
All right, so final question. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. I just want to know, you know, you've kind of shocked us every time that there's been a new kind of product announced in the Rovio brand. It's cookbooks, and we've got plush toys, and it gets bigger and bigger, and it's always a little bit like, whoa, okay, awesome. So can you give me any hints whatsoever on the next kind of wow product that's going to come out of Rovio?
Let's say that what we're always focused on is how we can surprise and then really delight our fans. And I think that's something that in everything we do, that we don't want to do these kind of like me too things, and we will do more Angry Birds games. So last year we only did one, which was Angry Birds Rio. After Angry Birds Space there will be several new Angry Birds titles this year, but I think that's also what's important, that there will be other things, so not only games. And of course we already have quite a few other products out there and been very successful at retail, and have some excellent partnerships there. But I think that what you can kind of like expect from us is really the unexpected. So we'll keep doing that, and hopefully we can come up with a surprise or two during the year.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming in with us, Peter.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. And that's it for our look into Angry Birds Space.